Okay, this is apparently the best museum. This is the Black History Museum in Washington, D.C., and it's supposed to be one of the best museums in Washington, D.C. No, thank you. And I'm super excited to try it out. Everyone talks about what a good museum this is. You do have to make sure you get tickets ahead of time. They're free. Just gotta have your time slot ready. So here we are. It's beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. 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 I made it. I am at what is considered to be one of our finest museums in the United States. Yeah. Alright, here we are. The entrance of the African History Museum. I dig the R&B and the soul. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is like walking through a Luther Vandross museum. I dig it. Forever immortalized. It reminds me of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where it's like very grandiose, but where's the exhibits? Beautiful building though, beautiful building. Okay. Spirit in the Dark. Exhibit entrance. I say we start at the top and come down. That makes more sense to me. That way we know we got everything, right? There's another. We got the community galleries up here. Local Roots Market. Can't wait to check that out. And then the final floor. Visual art. Reckoning. Huh. What a way to word it. For sure. It's so weird seeing my generation in a museum. Like, all these people are still alive. I'm almost positive half of these people could come here and see themselves in a museum. I mean, that looks like it was taken on a camera phone. That breaks my heart. It is. More importantly, it's insane that a lot of these people are still alive. It's hard to believe this is a museum.
Yeah.
Everyone involved probably can come here and enjoy their art.
Yeah.
Half of that looks like it's from a couple years ago.
Right.
They're quick with these museums.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. I don't know why, but it just strikes me, that one. I don't know what's up with this little room. There's more back here? It's about as real as the space landing. Oh, wow. Are they throwing up? Are those gang signs? Are they throwing up gang signs? That looks like gang signs. Is that gang signs? That could be gang signs. Really like that piece right there. Big fan of this piece. Curious what this faux wood salvage and a 22-inch chrome rim. Oh my gosh, I'm from Huntsville, so this resonates. Let you read. My daughter has that. Oh, this is such a powerful image. Oh man, if that ain't true. It's really good. This is a really good one. So far, this is my favorite exhibit. I don't know what that flag is just... That flag haunts me and I don't know why.
Okay, where to, Teddy? I'm gonna follow you. You guide us, please.
I can't believe that's still the Mississippi flag. They should be ashamed of themselves. Excuse me. And this finishes Exhibit 1. All right, now we're going to the American Express Culture Galleries. Oh, the door's open. That's fancy. Oh, Prince, you made it. It's good to see you, Prince. I really hope I'm not about to get a copyright strike. You gotta chill out. Gotta chill out. Don't copyright strike me. All right, Musical Crossroads is next. Oh my goodness, this thing is beautiful. Oh Lord, that is a beautiful car. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, Michael. Rest in peace, Michael. Oh, this place is so cool. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, Missy Elliott's up on here? Missy Elliott, you made it to the freaking, that's amazing to see. Oh, that is cool. Oh, I am not going to be able to keep this audio. They have Kendrick Lamar. Oh, yeah, it's over for me in this copyright. I already know. Thank you, whoever changed that on the fly. Did not need all that. Oh, this is so cool. So you can just pick different. That's Spanish music.
It doesn't barely
That's pretty cool.
I'm tired, but I'm not that tired. I think you should know what your song was like. Nothing to remember. I don't even know.
You know, I just want to say something. I've seen people wearing MAGA hats all over DC today, but I haven't seen one of them in here.
Oh my god, that looks so cool. That actually
Ain't no way. They're just letting you produce studio music in here? That is wicked. That is super cool.
Hey Dad, let's try out this.
But it still makes no soul because the people that we usually sample or use are part of the practice of cultural soul.
All right, so this is the second. I think we're just about done with the fourth floor, and we're making our way to the third.
You know what? It's squash, like a spaghetti squash.
All right. That was the musical crossroads section. Now we're going back to the American Express section. And now we're going to Taking the Stage with Oprah Winfrey. Hell yeah, Oprah. Who's this creepy dude? This dude, he look. Burt Williams. I've never heard of you, man, but you look like you're a funny guy. Who's this Burt Williams guy? Famous blackface entertainer. Okay. Is that Tin Man? Well, I'm so sorry to whoever's watching this. We're definitely seeing this in reverse. I don't want to take away the magic of you coming here. I just want you to know what you're getting yourself into. What is this? It is Tin Man, isn't it? Wizard of Oz. I think this is
Hamburg, genau. Did you forget?
Yeah, I came back to Mississippi. Don't have to worry about no job there, because I know a lot of white people went.
Attention visitors. Running, horseplay, and playing on or throwing items off balconies is strictly prohibited and will result in an escort out of the building.
Not bad, man. Sore, brothers. No thanks to you. You still sore? I should have done something for you, man. I like being Charlie's treat. Here's a little something sweet and fast. Never take blood money, Mr. Robinson. Mine or anybody else's. True.
Richard Pryor.
It's like pushing a Cadillac up a steep hill with a roll.
Okay, is it me? Or is she tripping?
Oh, it definitely is.
She's on that stuff now. She's on that stuff. Now I got to go hide my stuff.
Okay, I think that concludes the 4th floor.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So now we should be good. For the 4th floor. Let's see what kind of views we can get up here of DC. Look at that, it's Arlington, downtown Arlington, over there. That's the whole reason I'm here. Then you've got the memorial, the Washington Memorial, which so it's got this nifty little spot where you can look out and get some pretty good views. All right, very cool. Wow, that's a long drop off. Holy cow. Let's get to the 3rd floor. All right, so now on our way to the 3rd floor. 4th floor was a hit. It was a riot. It was a hoot. Very nice museum they have here. And by they, I mean Americans. Very nice museum us Americans have here. So now we're entering community galleries. I don't know if it's going to be a home run like the 4th floor, but we'll see.
What's remarkable is not how many fail in the face of discrimination, but how many men and women overcame the odds. How many were able to make a way out of nowhere. Those by being in contact. Many countries have developed such an interest that the NBA, various colleges and universities and so forth have set up academies to develop players and athletes in those foreign venues. In other words, increasingly as a result of globalization, we are offshoring athlete development.
Played baseball in the 19th century after the end of the Civil War. And then the sport was re-segregated with the defeat of Reconstruction and the creation of Jim Crow.
Baseball has done unbelievable nations.
And this is why I don't give a dang about baseball.
Robinson increased his popularity among athletes. Just as important is
I don't know how they did that.
Success, charisma, and unique ability to connect people's lives.
How do you raise cancer?
Music, art gave expression to inclinations that in the
Tremendous symbolic space about racial justice, about ideas of equality, and about a place where you can showcase an excellence in a public sphere that cannot be denied.
Boxing, which begrudgingly let Jack Johnson fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Excuse me.
All of that. Are you kidding me? I despise the idea that
Oh, sorry about that.
you're fine, you're fine.
Born in slavery, Angola's history stretches into the 21st century. In a country with the world's highest incarceration rates, African Americans are imprisoned at almost 6 times the rate of white Americans.
Music coming from everywhere. And from
the apartment, the open windows to the bodegas.
No, he did not. He just was like, that is the funniest thing ever.
I don't want to contest on math.
It takes dedication. Or die.
It takes a willingness to stand by and do what has to be done when it has to be done. We who believe in freedom and that
Sing it with us. Come on.
we who believe in freedom and that
We will not be slow to come the heavy loads, the roadblocks, the burdens, the hills that may. We will keep fulfilling this path until the world goes still to say, others will.
It was a chance to serve and a steady job when black men had shoe options. Unions, they earning $13 a month, the same as their white customers. The Montford Point Marines were among the first U.S. troops to land on Iwo Jima, and the 93rd Division saw combat.
Oh, that's cool. They framed the Washington Monument. That was, don't know. I think that was on purpose. That looks very purposeful.
We are concerned about the survival of black people in this country. And we cannot survive when we go fight some yellow man to be able to never call us nigger.
African American.
Oh, a local roots market. I was just talking about the hell. This is the local roots market, sir. There is no food here. What kind of crappy roots market is this? Chocolate City? What the heck? It's $148. Okay, so that was the Roots Chocolate City. This is really racist and I don't like it. I think that's so stupid and not, they didn't really think that one through, in my opinion, but whatever. How are you gonna sell $150 Chocolate City shirts at the African American History? It's $148. Who's gonna pay for that? Anywho, here we are. We're on the second floor. If you're still around, this would probably be a really good time to remind you to like and subscribe if you like getting around with me. I gotta admit, this DC trip has really kind of taken the wind out of me. It's a lot of walking in DC, and I'm a fat guy, so I have been getting my butt kicked. I need more stamina. I think I'm just walking down here for nothing. There is no, the entrance is on the other side. I could swear there was. Nope, alright, I'm going to the bathroom. I ain't gonna waste this walk. Alright, now we're on the second floor, starting Spirit in the Dark exhibit on the 2nd floor. We've done the 4th and the 3rd floor. I do recommend that if you come here, you follow the exact same path that I'm doing, starting at the top and making your way down. It's just the best use, and honestly, some of the best exhibits are on the top floor. It does seem like as we get lower, it gets, it looks like a DMV waiting room. What is this? Robert Frederick's Explore Your Family History Center. Explore your family history? How? Genealogy Tuesdays. Oh gosh, like figure out if you were like involved in the slave trade or something. Man, that's heartbreaking. We gotta acknowledge it happened, but put it behind us. These. Okay. So like compared to the American Express Center upstairs, what is this? What is this? Display is under repair. Ooh, that's a cool. That is super cool. Don't worry, I'm just getting all that.
They might just leave you on the side of the road.
So this is an interactive gallery, and that looked really cool. So let's see. Let's interact with this gallery. Okay. Coiling technique. Coiling technique to build this basket. Okay, so I can play with the 3D model. I can zoom in on the 3D model, and it shows up here. Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that tech. That is super cool. They've got all these interactive exhibits. They've got a car where the windshield changes. They're teaching you African dances. There's all types of really cool stuff. Okay, so I think I don't understand because the way the footprint works, because the 2nd floor is noticeably smaller. Maybe there's a whole nother exhibit here. Hell yeah, guys, get it. Get it. Oh, I can feel the copyright strike. I'm sorry, guys, we're gonna have to cut this one. Man was stood on business. Oh my gosh, Al Sharpton. Still alive. Malcolm X. High school in Chicago named Malcolm X. All right. That's badass. That's a cool hat, man. I'm exhausted. So that's the 2nd floor. We got the 2nd floor done, and my feet are killing me. And I've tried to do everything easy today. And it's just DC is a lot of walking. I mean, I'm talking Lime bikes. I did the trolley tour. I took a lift. I did everything I could, and it still was a lot of walking. So don't come to DC on some shoes you don't love. Come here ready to walk. All right, so we've finished the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd floor. We're on our way to the main floor, and it looks like there's a basement. So let's go to the basement, and then I'll show you the main lobby again. We'll check for anything we missed. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of the African American Museum here in Washington, D.C. The date is June 1st, 2025. It's crazy out there, but I'm very proud of the United States, and I'm very proud that we've put this together and that we're acknowledging and looking our past dead on with eye contact, because honestly, it's the only way to get by. Please don't be parking or something down here. What's going on down here? This looks like I'm going to Comic-Con convention. Where's so much empty space in this museum? This museum is so cavernous. All right, let's see what this. The history galleries. Line starts here. That's the only guy in line waiting for the history galleries. Okay, buddy. They'll let you in eventually, sir. That's ridiculous. Sweet Home Pamphlet, Contemplative Court. Oh, it's pretty. Journey Towards Freedom. Okay. Excuse me. What is this? Is that a train down there? This looks like the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. That's got to be the biggest elevator I've ever seen. Is that elevator going down? Nope. I am. That's a crazy big elevator. Well, I guess if you have people who have wheelchairs, you could fit like 10 or 15 of them in there. Again, going with that theme, this place is, it's huge, but small. Fourth floor is well done. Third floor is well done. Second floor leaves a lot to be desired. Second floor is abruptly disappointing. Sorry. Hell yeah, it's that big old elevator I was showing you guys. What the hell? This is... Excuse me. Excuse me.
The country paid out roughly $2.4 billion in today's currency to compensate British slavery. The transatlantic slave was built on profit and human suffering. Despite the harsh realities of the inhumanity of enslavement, to another that was ready to sail from Cape forcibly dispersed throughout the Atlantic into the ship, were all woven to our core. New connections, new cultures, and we found ourselves at last taking a diaspora.
Sorry.
With the reliance on enslaved populations, new laws defined who was enslaved and who was free. By 1750, the system of slavery was racialized and had become more uniform. The law based slavery on African descent and made it hereditary and lifelong. This separated contemporary Europeans and enslaved Africans. He became the free African.
in the Boston Massacre, and his act of defiance marked the beginning of the march toward revolution. By April 1775, Massachusetts militiamen clashed with British troops, launching the Revolutionary War. The conflict touched everyone, white, black, enslaved, or free.
Oh, wow. Holy cow. This is... Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Porque tenía 4 de adaptación.
I had a brother, Jim, who was sold to dress young misses for a wedding. I sat there and cried, especially when he put chains on them, carried them on. I ain't never felt so lonesome.
Happened from 1853 to 1981. So you can see why it has an appropriate place along this path. And it was placed here with great intentionality by the curators and the designers and the historians. And everything, as an aside, everything in this museum has been done with great intentionality, from your experience outside to your interaction with maybe even the smallest artifact inside. Great intentionality. This is no exception. So again, 1853 until 1981, occupied, no running water, no electricity during that time. So you can see why it's just, I mean, if it could talk, right? It couldn't tell you about Nat Turner, that was before this cabin was in existence. But Harriet Tubman was in her early 30s when this cabin was built. So possibly the people who lived there during the time have heard some whispers about something, someone called Moses and Underground Railroad. And then if you move forward into the modern era, 1955, even without electricity, I bet they heard about what happened to Emmett Till in 1955, even though it was some 670 miles away in Money, Mississippi. And then of course pushing into the really modern era up to 1981. So it is just a living artifact in a way. So I want to do some time travel with you, if you'll allow me to. I don't care what body you came into the museum in today, or what skin, or what you do for a living, how old you are. Right now, all of you are planters. It's about 1850, so middle of the 19th century, and you're all Southern planters. Try to get into that mindset. And you're not just anywhere in the South. You're not just growing any old thing. You are on the Sea Islands off the coast of South Carolina. The Sea Island chain is about 100 or so islands off the coast of South Carolina and Georgia and Florida. You're on Edisto Island, and you are growing sort of fancy cotton. You are growing Sea Island cotton. It's a little fancy, I call it that, because it has these long silky fibers, and they would take those fibers and weave it into luxury fabric and make clothing for aristocrats and for royalty. So you're selling overseas because we don't have royalty here. But you're also selling domestically. You're going to be selling to the great northern cities with a big population. You're also selling to Charleston. It's only 46 miles southwest of where you are. And Charleston, up until the Civil War, had more wealth than Philadelphia. It had more wealth than New York City. And the reason for that was mostly driven by rice cultivation on the backs of enslaved people. For about 200 years, Carolina gold was the gold standard in rice. It was sold as far away as Asia and Europe. It fed the nation. So the rice planters are very wealthy. They're buying your cotton too, and you are amassing a fortune. So one of your running buddies might have been a man by the name of Charles Bailey. Charles Bailey owned 2 plantations. One was the Pointed Pines plantation, and he was not the original owner. This is a very old plantation. I think he came into existence around 1685. So he's the owner now. And on one far end of it is a tall stand of pine trees, so they named it Pointed Pines. In 1853, a year before he died actually, he put in an order for a large volume of machine-cut lumber to be delivered to Pointed Pines. So they delivered it along with a bunch of nails, and we think it was the enslaved people who built the cabins. We know that there were about 10 identical to this one that were built at that time. There were more over the life of the plantation, but for these at that time, there were about 10 of them. They were not much bigger than a 2-car garage. They were 16 by 20 feet and made of southern yellow pine. That's a broad category that includes just a number of different species of pine that are native to the region. Very soft, if you know anything about wood, very soft, permeable, really bad at installation. So now think as a planter, if you will. You're a planter, right? You have told them to build these cabins, but you only want one door on the cabin. Why?
So people can't get out.
Right. It's one way in, one way out. They assembled these cabins on the plantation and put a street or a lane through it. It was called Slave Street. And that was very common on plantations. You just called it Slave Street. All the doors would face Slave Street. If you're an overseer, no matter where you are on Slave Street, you can see who's going in, who's going out. If I went in and I didn't come out, they knew where I was. If the big house is positioned in such a way, they could look from there down to Slave Street. They can do the same thing. So they were really great at keeping people in, not so great at keeping stuff out. Vermin, opossum, raccoons, snakes, cold, heat, wind, rain, all got inside. And of course they used fire to stay warm. Can you think of why you might, now this is South Carolina. Anybody from South Carolina? Anybody been to South Carolina?
Yes.
Have you been there at the height of the summer?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how hot is it?
Very. Hell.
Yeah, it's hot. But they would sit around the fires in the summertime too. Can you think of why? So the mosquitoes, they acted sort of as a mosquito repellent. So it seems unbearable, but the risk of mosquito-borne illnesses were very real. Malaria, yellow fever, they did what they had to do. So we acquired this from years ago, somebody from one of the owners of Pointed Pines, it still exists, it's in private hands, called their local preservation society and said, look, we have 2 cabins on site. One of them was that. Typically slapped to death.
Uncle Zeke and I done all the work that come into the blacksmith shop, such as repairing, making the furniture. The only thing that went against me in the blacksmith shop was I didn't know how to figure and write. Master didn't try to learn us. My father.
African Americans have already begun to act. Re-enslaved men, Shepard Mallory, Frank Baker, and James Townsend, crossed Union lines and entered Fort Monroe. They declared themselves free. Tens of thousands followed suit. Each time the United States Army advanced, enslaved African Americans ran towards freedom within Union lines. Union Jail was
Welcome to the Reflections booth. Here, you can contribute your voice to the museum.
Oh, don't let you close all the way.
Orient yourself to the camera. When you're question you'd like to respond to.
Yeah, we're gonna sit right here. Okay.
We're gonna go upstairs.
With more than 1,500 African American men in elected office.
This museum is huge.
You want me to get all of that in?
No, just that.
Excuse me. You have someone with you?
Actually.
You got it?
Oh, sorry.
No?
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Why did this hit me?
Daddy, why are all the colored people sitting in another part of the train?
Well, darling, they're not allowed to sit where we sit.
But why?
So how did you do this year?
I did rather well for Colin Crop. How about you?
Yeah, me too. You put extra weight. My dog's debutante.
I'm hungry. Can we go get some food?
No, baby, we can't. But I brought you some food. Only white folks can eat in the dining car.
But why?
Oh, the seats are shittier. No way. That's what I was feeling for.
They're doing so.
Tickets now.
I'm at Till Memorial.
The real hero of this struggle is the American Negro. His actions and protests, his courage to risk safety, even to risk his life, have awakened the conscience of this nation. His demonstrations have been designed to call attention to injustice.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest until this happens. We must cannot be We do not want our children to live, but we must
At the beginning of World War II, African Americans were largely shut out from well-paying jobs in the defense industry. In response, Black Union leader A. Philip Randolph recruited an army of 100,000 and threatened to bring them to President Roosevelt's door. Randolph's actions forced Roosevelt to rethink his political position, and he signed an executive order banning discrimination in the defense industry.
With the great migration of African Americans from the rural South to cities in the North, there was an awakening among Black artists, writers, and musicians. No longer defined by white ideas, they rejected old stereotypes and embraced the new Black ideas.
When the country sank into the Great Depression, the migration
Excuse me.
Our greatest danger is that in the great leap from
This
slavery
was a
to
giant
freedom,
circle. How do I get out of here?
that the masses of us are to live by the productions of our art. No race can prosper to learn that there is as much dignity in telling food as in writing.
Excuse me. Oh, what the hell? I have no idea. Emmett Till Memorial exhibition continues. I think I have to go back where I came.
You can go inside the train.
All right, there's another ramp. Oh my goodness, this place is huge. Is this supposed to be the happy ending?
Competed for space in urban America. Renewed economic investment in cities meant gains and losses for African Americans. Those living in areas once deemed undesirable now found them unaffordable. Once again, city landscape.
Tuskegee Airmen. That's right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm not going to pretend like I feel like I've given you an okay tour. I'm exhausted. All right, this is a lot of walking. DC is a lot. We did Arlington Cemetery today. We did the White House. And now we're just finishing this up. DC is a lot. Hey, the competitive court. Contemplative court. Can't skip that. All right, we just exited, and now we're looking at the Billy and Melinda Gates Concourse Atrium. Oprah Winfrey Theater. Oh my goodness, Bank of America Special Exhibitions Gallery. There is still so much to see. Oh Lord. Sweet Home Cafe, that's where I need to go. Oh. They got a restaurant in here, and I am maxing and relaxing. Oh, yes. All right, so I stopped at the cafe. I got some cornbread, some mac and cheese, chicken, different hot sauces, banana pudding. The total was $41.31. But after walking this museum is so big. It is the biggest museum, I swear. And this is the cafeteria that you eat in. It's all good. I am so happy it doesn't suck. Hot sauce is good. Cornbread is good. Everything is good. No, it's closed. Oprah Winfrey closed. This is the Bank of America exhibit. ¿Está en español? No, ahora no en español.
The transatlantic
Bank of America. American Express did you, like, really did you up. Oh, this is a cool exhibit.
Amansai mo in Famudiya. Famudiya Amansai in the Abu. Chiti Abu, our Shishano in Sumo.
All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed the Black African American Museum. Let me tell you, it's been a pleasure. It's been a long one. I'm going to try to edit this well for you. This is a very large museum. If you find yourself in DC, I do recommend this. It's free, and it means you can save all your money for the very delicious cafeteria, which is delicious.
In December of 2005 to help manage the moment when we were letting the world know that we had landed a 5-acre tract on the National Mall to build this museum. That was my first immediate assignment, the first message that I took out to the world, that we had landed what we claim to be the best piece of museum real estate on the planet. Still say that.
I wanted to help just the citizens of America to understand how the African American experience contributed to the shaping of our great nation, and then to be on a project which would help all Americans and educate all Americans to African American history and culture. And I thought that in itself was just something that was priceless, something that I wanted to leave my legacy to be. I wanted to be a part of that.
Even before coming to work here as a staff member, as a curator, I had my eye on the museum as the kind of institution that I wanted to work with.